like, do not quit your job. You're freaking crazy.
Really?
I felt boxed in. Either I have to take a risk and do this, or I have to let go. I actually quit my job when I knew I was making the same amount that I was at my old job. So around...
Alex Stewart is an influencer and content creator from Chicago, Illinois, known to her audience on TikTok and Instagram as SassyConfetti, with over 78,000 followers on Instagram alone.
You really have to hustle really hard, make the money, and make sure that you're making that X amount every month. Opening a bank account, that was a pretty big deal. I got an LLC. All these like little moments that you're like, oh, okay, I'm like a big deal. I am a literal CEO of SassyConfetti. Like, I run everything, the budget, I run the finances, like I'm in charge of everything. They could take my page away tomorrow. Like, they could just remove it. It happened to me for a half hour in December. I had to prove I was myself. It was really scary.
Do you feel like you've made it? Alex, welcome to So How Much Do You Make?
Yeah, thank you for having me.
So, how much do you make?
Let's just start right there.
Yeah, we're just jumping in.
I actually quit my job when I knew I was making the same amount that I was at my old job.
Cool.
So around, I mean, it fluctuates, but 120 to 140
Yeah.
per year.
How does that make you feel?
Great.
Yeah.
I think the weirdest part is doing it for yourself instead of for someone else.
Mm-hmm.
And that part is the thing that I don't know my head is actually wrapped around it to this day.
What do you mean?
Like, I'm not sure I'm like, yeah, I make my own money,
Yeah.
but like, do I make my own money? I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, that's crazy. That's a crazy thing to say out loud.
It doesn't feel real.
No. And I don't think I ever thought I would be here. If
Yeah.
you had asked me even when I was like a kid, if I wanted to like own my own company, I would have been like, no, LOL.
Yeah.
I want to be Andy Anderson from How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. So no, thank you. I want to work at, I want a job. I want a steady
Mhm.
income and all of that stuff. So
Did you want to be a journalist or was Andy? Oh, really? Okay.
yeah. Well, I wanted to be a writer.
Okay.
My mom was an editor.
Mm-hmm.
And so I like really got into writing and I wanted to, but my dad was like, if you want to be a writer, you need to make money.
Mhm.
So like, how are you going to make money? And we had a journalism school at my college and I was like, I guess this is how I'm going to make money. But that is not how I ended up making money. So, it's just but I think having that basis in journalism is helpful. For this
Definitely.
job. You'll meet a lot of influencers who kind of have that something in writing or like, I feel like you see a lot of that.
Why do you think that is?
I think it lends itself. Like, you're curious, you have questions, it makes you creative, you're a critical thinker,
Yeah.
thinking outside the box. Not everyone is like that, but I think a good amount are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're on Instagram and TikTok.
Yes.
Would you say you're a content creator for both platforms? Do you focus on one more than the other?
I really focus on Instagram, but I think that's because I'm old school. I've been doing this for a long time, and Instagram was like just where it's like my little baby.
Yeah.
I like it better because you can have a conversation more.
Yeah.
I don't feel like people on TikTok are like DMing each other.
Yeah.
The conversation is more in the comment section, and it's with
Definitely.
others. It's not with the creator,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like, the creator's almost like other.
The facilitator.
Yeah. And like, I don't love that. I'm the center of the attention, obviously. Like, I want you to talk to me. So that's why I like Instagram, because you're DMing all the time with people. And I feel like they're my friends.
Yeah.
But like TikTok, I feel like I'm just sending something into the ether and letting it go. Yeah. And I think that's why people like it. Because they don't feel like they can like let it go. And they're like, oh, okay, let it do its thing. We'll see.
Yeah.
I don't love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On Instagram, and as you're just saying this, you're kind of everyone's best friend.
Yeah, I like that. That's the vibe I want to be.
Yeah.
Everyone's friend.
So what is most of your content comprised of? What is most of your content?
Yeah, it's lifestyle. I always say, like, everyone's always like, have a niche. And I'm like, I don't think you need to have a niche. Your niche is you.
Yeah.
If you're doing like something like lifestyle. And I just talk about myself and like what I like. And that's really the basis of like the ethos of my account. So travel, food, experiences, things to do in Chicago, body positivity, just like loving yourself, like as you are, fashion, all of that good stuff. Those are like the main things. And then like, I think that lends itself more to like more brands want to work with you because it's more about your personality than it is about like I don't know, being funny, like a comedy page or something.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. It's you being authentic and putting that out there. What made you even start? What made you do that first post?
Okay, to be honest, I saw other people promoting restaurants and I was like, girl, that's what we're doing.
Right.
Or like that's the photo that's getting thousands of likes. Like that's not even good. I'm from this area. Like I grew up in the Chicagoland area. So I was just like, I feel like I know better. And I was like, I think I can do better. So why not try and see? I've always been like the person, well, I was the scrapbooker like in high school. So I always made the scrapbooks for everybody. And so I'm the memory keeper. But I was also the person who would like recommend everything.
Yeah.
So I would like be like, these are the shoes. Everyone's wearing these, you know, like let's all go to this restaurant because this is the restaurant. Like I have friends who still message me about restaurants to go to in New York. And I haven't lived there in 15, 16 years.
Yeah.
So I think it's just like I've always been the person that people think has a pulse, you know, on the like cool thing.
Yeah.
So like why not just lean into it?
Totally.
Yeah.
What was your first post?
I don't even know.
But it was in 2020?
No.
It was
oh
earlier.
gosh.
Okay.
Yeah. Like when did Instagram start?
2012?
Yeah, probably then.
Yeah.
I mean, I was a very filter. I was like,
X Pro too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, the most filter you can put on this, let's do it.
Oh, yeah. You're posting on Instagram for years. When did you make the transition to like, I'm going to start doing this for money? Did someone approach you? Did you put yourself out there? Was it a mix?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think other people were. And I think more so I was like excited that I was getting free meals or like going to parties.
Yeah.
And like back then it wasn't like it is now. Like brands weren't doing like trips. They weren't doing right. I mean like goals. I mean honestly. So take me on a brand trip, okay? I think like people like it was more like creators coming together, hanging out, having like pizza. Like we'd all take the same picture and post it essentially, you know, but that was fun. And I liked that. So I was more excited about that aspect of it. And then because you're hanging out with these people all the time, everyone started to be like, oh, I got offer from here. I got an offer for, and I'm like, people are making money doing this. That's wild.
Yeah.
So I actually got my first deal from someone else because they were like, the three of us were all friends. And she was like, we're going to do like a party. And she pitched it to Solo Cup, the red Solo Cup.
Amazing.
Yeah. And they were like, okay, we'll work with the three of you.
Wow.
Yeah. So she kind of like bartered the deal for me. And I was like, oh, I can make like good money doing this. Like that's wild.
How much did you make?
I think I got like $2,000, which I had like... Wow. But I had to do like 4 posts, I think.
Okay.
But this is before video, so it was all just photos. And I remember I did the whole thing in Nashville because I was there for the weekend. And I took photos like in front of a bunch of murals. Yeah. With like Solo Cups.
Wow.
Yeah. And I had to do a blog post.
Okay.
For that. So it was like a lot of money. Now I'd be like, that's pennies.
Really?
Yeah. For all of that content.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just like won the lottery. If you're only paying that much money for that much content, like 4 photos plus a blog post, that's a lot. How much
would you charge for something like that right now?
Well, I guess it's different now, but if you had to do I had to post 4 different times.
Yeah.
Probably like 6 to 8K.
Okay.
Yeah. For a photo.
Yeah. A video would be different.
Yes. Yeah. Like double. Yeah.
How does that make you feel, like knowing that's where you started, just like not even that long ago, and you're already like, you've grown so much, your rate has changed so much? Yeah. So I think it's like super crazy. I don't know. Sometimes I think I have imposter syndrome where I'm like, yeah, but no, that's okay. I'm fine. I haven't grown at all. Do you know what I mean? Oh, definitely. So I'm like, you even saying that, I'm like, no. I haven't. It hasn't been that extra, but you're right. It is crazy. It is. I mean, I think there's so many people who are maybe starting out who that would be like the goal. Oh, totally. You know, so I think that's awesome. Yeah. Okay, so you quit the full-time job when you started making as much on the side as you were at your full-time job. Yeah. That must have been a lot of work though. Yeah. You're like working around the clock. Yes. Basically. What was that like? Crazy. Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
because of the pandemic, I was like, I was
Okay.
able to do it, but it was not sustainable. I mean, even before that, before the pandemic, things were starting to ramp up for me. Like I was gaining, I think, gosh, I'm trying to think. Before the pandemic, I probably had around 10K. And it was starting to get big for me. I was like, obviously had like brand deals and like a good amount of like stuff. But I was like, mostly that I was like going to events all the time. So I would like come from the suburbs because I worked in the suburbs, and I would like go to an event, and then I'd have to go home and like post about that event that night. And then I'd get up and do the whole thing over again, like every day. And then on the weekends, I would take photos and do videos. Because that's like what you had to do.
So what was your full-time job that you left before you were a full-time content creator?
Yeah. So big jump. I did a lot of event stuff. So I went from marketing into event marketing.
Okay.
And then when I did event marketing, I ended up working at a pharmaceutical company doing operations. So event operations.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know it's such a weird jump, but it worked well for, I don't know. I had to like liaison basically between all these VPs and like make sure the events would go on and manage a budget. It was, like for $1 billion drug, which was wild. Yeah. So it was like a very high powered like job. It just like wasn't that, I don't feel like served me like in my personality.
Yeah.
I've always looked a little younger and I dress a little bit younger, and I don't think they love that. I was told once that like I should cut my hair.
Okay.
If I wanted to be taken seriously, I should stop wearing as bright of colors. Right.
No.
It's like not me. I also at the time I started a podcast.
Yes.
And I opened up a store on my website.
Oh, okay.
Selling merch, which I was like, yeah, I have all this time for all these extra projects. No big deal. When the pandemic was like over and everything started up again, I was like, okay, I guess I have to like hire someone to run the store. And like the podcast was like getting huge, and I was like, I just don't have time for both.
Yeah.
That's when it started to like, I felt boxed in.
Yeah.
And I was like, either I have to take a risk and do this, or I have to let go of some of these side projects.
How did you decide?
I don't know. It was kind of like, I don't know. I wouldn't say I'm like a risky person, but I feel like for this, I was sort of like, well, I mean, I can always go back.
Yeah.
So why not just try it?
Totally.
I remember telling 2 of my friends that I really wanted to, and they were like, you're freaking crazy.
Oh,
do not quit your job.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, because people don't understand what
this
this is. Like they don't get it. And I was like, yeah, but I'm like making almost as much.
Yeah.
And they were like, okay, don't quit your job though. But they were like very corporate-y people. And I mean, I was too.
Yeah.
So I think they were kind of like, why? I'm like, but I don't really like care about this job. You guys really care about your jobs. Like, I'm not like sitting at home being like, oh my God, pharmaceuticals.
Right.
That's my life. My life's like work is planning events for pharmaceutical leaders. Like, no.
So that's how your friends reacted. How did your family react?
Same way.
Really?
Yeah,
okay. Yeah. What was that like?
I mean, I think like you have to bet on yourself. Also proving it to people. Like, I think I felt like I had to like show a spreadsheet and be like, look.
Yeah.
Like,
did you?
More so with my friends. I feel like with
really?
my dad, I was like, I don't know, like you kind of don't have a say.
Yeah.
But like he eventually, I mean, he gets it now.
Yeah.
I think like once they actually see you doing it and like, I don't know, making them actual money and like that I don't need money from him, then he's like, okay, then it works.
Fine.
Yeah. Like one of my friends is now my biggest, the one who was like, don't quit. He was like my biggest advocate for like, you got to do this. This is like what you're supposed to do.
Do you feel like you run into this a lot, even with like strangers, like not understanding?
Yes, more so strangers.
Yeah.
Yeah. No one really understands like how this is a job. And I always try to explain it like that it's just sales.
Yeah. It's a new marketing.
Yeah.
It's a new marketing.
It's just sales. Like it's like if I was literally a sales rep.
Right.
I'm a sales rep for a bunch of different brands.
What do you think is the biggest misconception out there about content creators, about influencers?
It's either like you think we make no money or we make so much money that we don't deserve it. I think that's like the vibe out there is sort of like, how is she making so much money?
Right.
That's annoying.
Yeah.
Like she doesn't deserve to make money off of just that. Or it's like, oh my God, how could you possibly have quit your job?
Really?
Yeah, 100%. I don't think, and I think people would probably be surprised at how much money I make. But I think there's like such a big component of hustle. And I will say, like, I don't have a husband. I don't have a boyfriend. Like, I support myself. So I have to really hustle. Like, this isn't like I can't fall back on somebody else. So it's, I don't know. That makes me work harder too.
Definitely. You know? Okay, I want to get into some basics.
Yes.
Literally, how do you make money?
Okay. Yeah, so it'll differ person to person, an influencer, and like what kind of influence you are. But I would say most probably make most of their money in brand partnerships and deals. So, like how that would work is like a brand would reach out to you. Usually that's how it works. Like a brand reaches out to you or a PR company, or an agency, an ad agency, and they'll be like, "Hey, like, can you send us your rates and how much you would charge for a reel, stories, like all the sorts of things that you offer." And then like exclusivity is a big part of it. Whitelisting is usually a big one. So paid usage.
Can you explain what that is?
Yeah. So it's like the brand can basically put money behind your ad. And it looks like you put it on your page, but it's actually the brand.
Got it.
Putting it out. People can also make money through UGC content, so user generated content. That's content I make, and then I don't even put it on my page.
Right.
They just pay me for the content.
Yeah.
And so that's how a lot of people are making money right now.
Yeah.
I know that like that's become this like new big thing. If you have like an aesthetic account where you're kind of just like drip dropping like products and your face isn't really in it. It's not really about your personality. Like that, you can make money off of that. It's a lot less. They'll charge a lot less for that. Like you'll make a lot less. So like for something like that, I might charge like $700. Whereas if it's on my page, I would charge like $2,500.
Yeah. For a post.
Yeah.
Okay. So you figure out what they want. You figure out the content. You negotiate.
Yes.
Then what happens?
Then I have to make the content.
Okay.
They give me a brief and I have to follow the brief, make the content. Usually they get 2 rounds of edits. If you do a good job, you don't have to do any edits. So I'm like pretty much a no edit queen.
Love.
I don't want to have to redo anything.
Yeah.
So, I'm like gross. And then they approve it, legal, all that good stuff. And then I post it and then they pay me.
What kind of timeline are we thinking here?
Some can be really short. Like one just hired me today and I have to give it to them next Wednesday.
Okay.
But for that, you can usually charge a rush fee too.
Okay.
So like, it depends if they'll pay it or not. And yeah, but then like another one, like I really want to work with this brand because it's one of my favorite brands, but they're like really lowballing me. But I'm like, I really like you as a brand. So
what do you do in that situation?
Sometimes you take it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, or you can negotiate. Like they wanted a lot of usage. And I was like, no.
Yeah.
So like, let's pare the usage down and then like, maybe we'll get it to like the point where it's a good thing. But then you can also make money in affiliate sales.
Okay.
So affiliate sales is like the LTK, Mavely, like those sites where it's like, I'm putting up my outfits and you're buying them through an app.
Got it.
I get money commission on those sales. And now there's a lot of people who make just their money on that. Like I know someone who's an Amazon influencer. She makes like $10K a month.
Just on
just from
affiliate
Amazon.
Wow.
Yeah. So like, I mean, she has a lot of followers on both TikTok and Instagram. She just makes content like every day about Amazon.
Yeah.
So like she's an Amazon influencer, right? There are people who just do fashion and they would probably mostly be making it would probably be a 50-50. But mine are mostly from like affiliate stuff is not a big focus for me.
So about how many projects are you working on at any given time? Yeah.
Like this month I probably have like a lot because we're going into summer. So it's like busy time.
Yeah.
Like in the winter, maybe like 4 to 5 a month.
Okay.
And then in the summer, probably like 8 to 12.
Got it.
Yeah. It gets busy.
Do you ever do content when you're traveling?
Yeah.
Like partner with, what is that?
Oh, partner with brands.
Yeah. Do you ever partner with brands when you're traveling?
No.
Yeah.
No, not really.
That makes sense.
Yeah. I do trips for my followers. So like take them on trips.
What does that entail?
So, well, it's a like commission-based structure. So it's with a company called Trova Trip.
Okay.
So you go on their website, you kind of like pick a trip that you want to like go on, and then you sell it to your audience.
I've never heard of
you
this.
haven't?
No.
Oh, I feel like it's like a big thing. I don't know if people like say that it's Trova Trip, but it's usually Trova Trip.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I've done like 4.
So you get commission based on
how many people sign up.
So you literally are going with your followers?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Wow. What was that first experience like?
So I did it with my podcast the first time. So
Uh-huh.
it was like specifically for like plus size people going on vacation together. And the first experience we had was like so amazing and everyone got along so well.
Yeah.
It was a smaller group and we were just like all best friends by the end.
Yeah.
It was really nice and like just a completely like life-changing experience.
Yeah.
We're like, I have to keep doing this.
Yeah.
So now I do ones that are like more like bucket list.
Yeah.
So we just did Argentina and Chile.
Cool.
Yeah, that was awesome. We did wine country. So I was
Nice.
basically just drunk for 4 days. And then, because we did a lot of wineries. And then I'm doing one to Egypt in February. Yeah, and that sold out. So,
How much do you make from those?
I mean, it depends.
Uh-huh.
Which, because it's based on how much they sell for.
Yeah.
So you can like, technically you can up the rate to make more money.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's super ethical, but like I'm sure people do it. There is a way you can make more money.
Yeah.
For some of them, I mean, like for Thailand, I made like 3K.
Okay.
So not that much. Enough to go on the trip.
Yeah.
So they pay for you to go on the trip, but you have to pay for your airfare.
Okay.
So I have to pay for my own as the creator, but I get my room for free
Okay.
and I get the trip for free.
Got it.
So everything
Cool.
that's included
Right.
that you would get as a traveler.
Very cool.
Yeah. But like you can make up to 20K
Yeah.
if you sell them out.
And the point is, you're the face of the trip. Followers.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I know some creators have gotten backlash because they're like, why are you making money off of us like going on a trip?
Oh.
But I mean, there's a lot of emotional work that you have to do on these. And it's like you have to be on 24/7.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that like I'm not so excited to go on these. It is absolutely great, but you don't really
your
get
job.
yeah, and you don't really get downtime like everybody else does. Like I mean, I'm sure you could like if you wanted to like not go to the bar with everybody, but like I'm not doing that. I want to be with everyone.
And that's the point.
Yeah, it is the point. I think it's the point, but I mean, I know people who do these and they do them as like introvert trips and then they that's not me, but like,
it doesn't seem like
no.
you. But I mean, is it pretty transparent with the guests? Like
that I'm making money off of it? I mean, I think so.
Yeah.
I think you could deduce that. I don't know if it's not like I say like I'm making 18K off of this. Thanks guys for all of your dollars.
Yeah. Okay. We're getting a little weird. What is like a weird piece of content someone's asked you to make or a weird product they've asked you to promote or just something like weird that you maybe haven't?
I mean, at first, like in the very beginning, I was like, I had very strict, like no, because I worked in corporate. Yeah. So I was like, no, like nudity. Yeah. Which just means like wearing a bra essentially. So I wouldn't do any of that. And like anything sex related. So sex toys, like lube, all that stuff was a no. Yeah. But yeah, I did have like when I left my like Fortune 500 company, but I was at a smaller one, I started doing more like whatever. My boss saw me and he was like, Jesus Christ. I was like there in front of him. Oh my God. Like, I just saw you in a bra. And I was like, okay, well, unfollow me. So he did. And I was like, oh my God, I made money. It was like a brand deal. Yeah. So yeah, I would say like the more like the creepy stuff that like happens is more like male followers are like can be weird.
They like say stuff to you.
Yeah. Or like there was this one guy who like was a follower and he was like, oh, I'm gonna be in Chicago, like we should get coffee. And I was like, totally, that's so chill. And he said he was there for work. And then when we had the coffee, he was like, I actually was not here for work. I just came to meet you. So that was pretty creepy.
That's pretty scary. What did you do?
Yeah. I went home. I mean, I was like, well, that's not cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm sorry that happened.
One guy who like buys candles from me a lot. And we used to call him Weird Candle Guy because we were like, or like he wants to turn you into a candle. So we're like, we're not sure why he keeps buying your candles.
What does he have to do now?
I don't know well, I still have candles, so he still buys the candles. But he's like one of my, because I like they're like custom candles. So I don't know. I'm like it's probably like that. It smells like me. I don't know.
He has like a shrine. I'm sorry. There's like a shrine somewhere with all of your candles.
Yeah, Weird Candle Guy. Yeah.
Shout out to Weird Candle Guy.
He's totally
he's totally fine. Right?
Yes, he's very. I've actually met him. He's very sweet.
Okay.
But yeah, like, no, thank you. Yeah. I don't know why you need to buy a candle.
It sounds like a lot of candles.
He bought a lot of candles.
For someone to go
at
through.
least 20.
20?
Yeah, at least.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, and you make them?
Yeah. I mean, I have someone make them for me.
Okay.
But yeah, local
Yeah.
candle
Yeah.
like, maker. Yeah.
Well, supporting small business, that's
He's I think that's his thing. He's like, he feels like he's supporting a way to support me.
totally. That's
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Did you ever think this was going to be your career?
No, because it didn't exist.
Yeah.
But I think also no, I mean, even when I was doing it as a side project, I never thought, for the most part, until like I got to the point where I was like, oh, this is like actually lucrative.
Yeah.
I really never thought that I think I always just thought it would be fun to have like fun money.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I never thought. Or that I would be doing it on my own, like sitting down and negotiating and like doing all that stuff I never thought.
I know you said sometimes it doesn't feel real,
No,
but
it doesn't feel real.
did it ever like start to hit you? Like, this is real? This is happening?
Yeah, I guess so. Like the minute you have to like do it yourself.
Yeah.
I had like 1 month was like a really banger of a month, and that felt like, okay, like good job.
Yeah.
Like let's do that every month though. But yeah, I think that was probably like a more of a like wake up call where I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Opening a bank account, that was a pretty big deal. I got an LLC. That was, like, you're like, oh, all these like little moments. That you're like, oh, okay, I'm like a big deal.
Yeah.
Also, because sometimes I talk to some other influencers and they don't do things like that. They don't have a bank account. They don't have a credit card. They don't. They don't treat it like a business. I think that like differentiates it. Like when you start like actually treating it like a business. Like I am a literal CEO of SassyConfetti.
Yeah.
Like, I run everything. I run like the budget. I run the finances. Like I'm in charge of everything. Like then I feel like it feels more real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As you said, in winter, you have maybe fewer projects. It's busier in summer. The prices can fluctuate, different things can fluctuate. Sounds like month to month, there can be some differences.
Yes.
How do you budget? How do you make sure that you're budgeting correctly, that you're handling your finances correctly, especially with those fluctuations?
Yeah, I think like no matter what, every month I have to make a certain amount of money. So sometimes I'll have to like scrounge, hustle a little bit more. Like I'll reach out to people.
Okay.
Like, hey, do you have a job that you need doing?
Right.
Like, do you want to partner on this? Or I'll come up with an idea.
Yeah.
And I'll pitch them and they'll be like, okay, yeah, let's do that. So yeah, like in winter, I have to do that a lot more. In summer, I don't really have to do that as much.
Yeah.
Like this past winter, I was like, I need my summer to be hella busy. So I like messaged a bunch of travel tourism boards and I was like, let's work together. And almost all of them picked May. So I'm like, next week, I'm going to Wisconsin, Springfield, and North Dakota.
Wow.
So that I can but it'll be like a big week of, I
Yeah.
mean, I could stop after that, but then like, those two things came in today and I was like, okay, I'll take them because if I get to this month, if I could make 25K this month, then I don't have to worry as much in January. So I think it's just like having that reserve.
Right. What is that minimum that you try to hit every month?
Between 6 and 8.
Yeah. Do you miss the stability of a paycheck from someone else?
Yes, of course. Of course. Sometimes yes and sometimes no, I guess. Like this week I was able to be a little, I had 2 days where I just like didn't really work as much. And I think that's also another common misconception. When you are working for yourself, you're working all the time. No one tells you that. Yeah. When I quit my job, I was like, oh my God, I'm going to have so much free time to do all of the things that I need to do. No, somehow you have no time at all.
Right.
And I don't know how that happens because I was like doing the same amount of work, but how, I don't know. Anyway, you always think you're going to have more time. And that's definitely not the case.
Right.
And I think sometimes I'm like, well, it would be nice to not have to, I don't even know if it's about the paycheck and more about like having time.
Right.
Like I could just, I could just be done at 4.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That sounds nice.
Yeah.
I could just have a weekend where I don't have to work. I don't have to take and I know a lot of this is self-induced. I don't have to work on a Saturday, but like when your life is the content, content is made all the time. Yeah. It doesn't matter if you're taking the day off. Like you still like somehow do it.
Right.
Or I'll be like, oh my God, that was so funny. I need to like record that.
Right.
And I should just make that really quick. And then I like answer 5 emails and then all of a sudden it's 6 hours later and I've been working.
Right.
So I think that's the hardest part. I would like this. It's not even the stability. I would like the working for someone else lets you be able to like turn your brain off a little bit.
Definitely. And no matter what, you make the amount in your contract every month.
Exactly.
Yeah. So since your content is your life, you kind of feel like you can't turn off.
Yeah. I always, my friend and I, who are both content creators, we always joke that like it would be nice if there was a button on Instagram that could be like, I'm on vacation, and it won't hurt your algorithm. Cause that's like the other thing. It's like, if I don't post consistently, they like take away your progress essentially.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So if you're not like being consistent, they like really want you to be in their apps, like at least 3 or 4 times a day doing stuff.
Yeah.
And it doesn't always have to be the same stuff, but like they want you, that's like kind of their goal is to keep you in there. So if I'm not doing something in there once a day, I'm going to lose. Like I have to be doing it.
Totally.
Yeah. So I think that sucks. I mean, I would like to be able to take a vacation and it not be content related.
Yeah.
And I did do that last year. I remember being like, wow, I took like no photos. That's crazy. But I still posted while I was there.
Okay. Yeah. Did that feel weird?
No, because now it's like just a part of my life. I don't know if I could like stop. Yeah. It's like an addiction a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's hard when that's how you make your money.
Yeah.
You know, it can feel hard. Like I have all these opportunities. Why would I not take them? Yeah.
Yeah. I do know people who take significant breaks.
Yeah.
I'm sure I should be doing more of that, but like, yeah, I think you get hit with like, I don't know. It's sort of like you get in trouble.
What is the hardest financial challenge you feel like you face since?
I mean, I think the big one is like just the hustle culture of it all. Like you really have to like hustle really hard to make the money and make sure that you're making that X amount every month.
Yeah.
So that's the hardest part. Also, like they do net terms when brands pay you. So it'll be like, you know, but your net is 30, 45, or 60. You can negotiate those a lot of times, but sometimes they don't care. And they're just like, we'll take it or leave it. So like sometimes you have to know that like I'm not going to get that like $8,000 for 3 months from the day I post too. So like I've had working with brands in January that probably still haven't, you know, like are just going to get to the point where they need to pay me because we didn't actually do the work until March.
Okay.
And then I don't get paid for another 3 months.
So you're sometimes doing the work and not even seeing the money until later.
I mean, a lot of times you can ask them to pay half up front.
Yeah.
And then the rest later. But, you know, a lot of times with the bigger companies, they don't.
Wow.
They won't negotiate that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Has there ever been a time that you've reached out to a brand and they've said no?
Yeah, all the time. Yeah.
What was it like coming back from that?
I think you just have to know that you're not always going to be everyone's cup of tea. I don't know. I've never been like sad. I mean, I guess I'm trying to think of like times I've been like sad that someone's like said no to a pitch. I don't know if I don't think so. Yeah. Because I'm just sort of like, okay, well, you're a loss. Like I know that this would have been good for you, but like if you don't see the vision, you don't see the vision. Or if you don't have the budget, you don't have the budget. That's fine.
Has it never come back?
I mean, not come back, but I feel like I've worked on deals for a really long amount of time. Like, like I met the Illinois like Beef Association. I met them at an event, and like we bonded really well. Like I love meat. Yeah. I love steak. Love a cow. And we like just bonded really well, and I was like, I want to keep in touch with you. And I like kept pitching and they would be like, not yet, not yet. Yeah. And then finally they say, yeah, but it's 2 years.
Wow.
Yeah. So I tried for a really long time with that. But then like I worked for them for a full year. Yeah. So like it ended up working out in the end for me.
Totally.
But I think like not everyone does that. Yeah. You know, like tries really hard. They're kind of like, whatever, if you don't want it, you don't want it. I think like for me, I'm like, I need to follow up with you. If you reached out and you were interested at one point, I'm going to ask you again. Yeah. Yeah. No shame.
No. I mean, in that case, it really worked out, right? Talk to me a little bit more about your audience. As I said, it seems like you're just the best friend. I mean, I follow you. And like, thanks. So meeting you today, I was like, I'm just like hang out with my friend.
Yeah, yeah.
How is it like cultivating that audience? And also like, as it relates back to money, the amount of I know that you see your audience as like your friends, but it obviously converts to like more dollars, more whatever. But what is it like attracting an audience, and what is it like when people don't like your content?
Yeah, I know that sucks. Attracting an audience is like the most fun part, I think, for any content creator, because you're like reaching a different group of people, or you're like, oh, these are my people, like people get me, and like feeling like you're seen is such a cool thing. Yeah, like I think that's probably the best part, is you're like, oh my god, people like are understanding how I feel, and like they feel the same way. And then you bond, and then like that's the best part, and it's like a big warm hug on the internet, right? And I love that part of it. I think the hardest part, like when people don't like your content, I mean, it's the bullying. Like there's a lot of harassment online.
Yeah.
And I mean, I love when like my followers will be
Come
like,
back.
yeah, they like fight for you because they like you so much. And that's a lovely thing. But I'm also like, don't get involved.
So one thing I had to ask, this year have really been in this journey of loving my body, being body positive in a way I've like truly never felt in 30 years of my life.
Yeah.
It's because of creators like you.
Oh, amazing.
And creators who are not the typical size we've seen since 1999. Just loving their life and being, enjoying things. So I understand that's very vulnerable to post about, which is why I feel so honored and inspired that like my life has changed because of influencers like you. But do you get nervous to post content like that? And do you get nervous, A, unfortunately with the bullying, but also B, that like brands aren't going to want to work with you or anything like that?
I've never had a brand not want to work with me because of like talking about body stuff or anything like that. I think more so, I mean, I think in this political climate, it's more of a concern in that regard. I've never had an issue with it personally.
Okay.
But I know a lot of people don't like talking about politics because of not wanting to lose out on brand deals.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm so happy that like that's the way you feel because it's like so important to me, like that. I mean, like it's how I loved my body is from the internet too. Like I started seeing people who had my body type and I was like, oh, they're like happy. Yeah. I can be happy.
Right.
Like that's so crazy. Like it's like crazy that it's a concept that we're like, that's weird. But it is like very freeing. And like I'm glad that I can like inspire people to feel the same. I know someone like told me recently that I wasn't like very much of a body positivity count. And I was like, well, no, that's not the point. Body positivity is like just living in your life and in your body and like not really caring what your body looks like. Yeah. That's body positivity to me anyway. And I know that's more like body neutrality, but I think it's like seeing someone live their life in a body that you have is a big deal because you're like, oh, I can like also be aesthetic and go to Pilates and drink a matcha and like I look as cool as that girl.
Totally.
Yeah, that's like the whole end all be all. And like hopefully like what people are getting from the content is like, I want you to like live your life too. Yeah. You don't have to wait until you have a certain body type to do what you want to do. Right. Travel, wear the clothes, wear the color, show your arms, show your legs. Like who cares?
Yeah. It sounds like you just really love what you do.
Yeah. I mean, it's fun being able to like connect with everyone. But I mean, like, I will say there's like definitely days where you're like, this absolutely sucks because of the bullying or the harassment or something like that. And you know what I hate is like more when it's women. But when it ends up being women, I get like more frustrated because I'm like, we're all in this together. I thought that we all like felt the same way, that we all like learned to hate our bodies. And so like when you come online as a woman and are like making fun of me, I'm like, whoa, where you lost the plot somewhere. Yeah. And that bums me out. I don't know if I care as much about, sorry, men. When you guys make fun of me, I don't know if I care, but I do care about the women. Yeah. And then I'm like, but you probably have like a little girl at home, and that bums me out.
It seemed like goal number one was, can I make enough, as much as I was making in my full-time job to quit? What's next?
What's the goal now?
Yeah.
I really want to like focus my goal on more community. I think that's what I felt like I was missing. So I've been really focused on that this year. I have a Patreon now just for SassyConfetti followers that you can join. So Patreon is like, there's a paywall. Yes. So people have to pay to get the content. But I think like for me, it's like you guys get free content every day. Right. All the time. And it's sort of like, this is just like an extra way for you to support me. Right. It's $5. And then I've been doing events with the Patreon too. We did a Valentine's Day event. And then I've done like some paid events too, like cookie decorating this year. I'm going to do a needlepoint class coming up, like things where I can like interact more with people, like on a like a real, I don't know, one-on-one basis, because I like meeting people. I like interacting with people. I don't want it to just be this parasocial relationship. Right. So how do I do that? And that's what the Patreon is. And of course, like, how do I monetize it? Which was, the biggest thing. And I thought it would go like gangbusters right away. So I was like, oh my God, I'm going to be making like thousands from this. Yeah. And I'm not. So, it's like it's just doing this, like figuring out what's right or what's not.
Right. So it sounds like you do have a few different income sources.
Yeah.
What would the breakdown be?
So 95% would be like partnerships.
Okay. So 95%. Yeah. And do you think that number will shift as you shift your goal to being more like community focused?
I mean, it should shift, and hopefully the goal would be to shift it. I think like the biggest thing I think that people are seeing now, especially like when TikTok got banned for like a hot minute, and like we're not sure if it's gonna still be banned or not. And then like technically I don't own Instagram, so like I could lose my platform at any minute. I think there's this sort of like question for a lot of people, like, if it all goes away tomorrow, what do I do? Yeah. And so I think a lot of people are trying to shift like to newsletters, to Patreon, to Substack, something where like you're doing all of it, but like you're shifting your audience to a different place where they can get the content.
What do you mean you don't own Instagram?
Like I'm not like the owner of Instagram. So like they could take my page away tomorrow. And it would just be gone.
How?
Or they could just remove it.
Really?
Yeah. It happened to me for a half hour in December. I had something go viral.
Okay.
And people were reporting it. It was a drag show. So a lot of people were reporting it. I got taken down for like 30 minutes. I had to prove I was myself. It was really scary. I mean, I've known people who've gotten their accounts taken down for months. And that's like your full freaking income. God.
I had not heard of this.
Yeah.
That is really scary.
That's why they started making you pay for the blue check. So you can prove that you're like a business or a person who's real. And then you get access to like a customer representative. Okay. When stuff like this happens.
Oh my God.
So I pay like $10 a month to have a blue check next to my name. So that if it happens, which it did, I get my account back faster. So I was like, for 30 minutes, my account was taken down.
Did that make you just nervous to post
stuff like that? Yeah. I mean, like I took the comments down. Yeah. Usually if you like take comments off, like people stop caring about the content. So it starts to die down. Yeah. And then people are like, oh, I'll just go find somewhere else to like be a troll. So when that happened, I was like, I'm just gonna, but no, I mean, like I really care about that stuff. Right. Like, I believe in human rights on a big level. I love a drag show. It wasn't anything crazy. Yeah. It was just dancing and, you know, people having a good time. So I don't, and it's not like little children were there. It was a 8-second clip of, you know, just like a fun drag brunch in Chicago. Yeah. And it went viral because people were like, I want to go to that. Yeah. And then, it went bad. It got on the wrong side of Instagram, but that happened. Anytime something goes viral, that happens. So like the great part of going viral is like, it brings you new business and it brings you new followers and that can bring you more money. But it also brings the bullying and the harassment and the trolls.
We so appreciate that you're here, like talking about money so openly and honestly. Why do you think people have such a hard time talking about money, but especially like content creators? Yeah. I saw actually a video today where a content creator was like, I don't want to talk about money and how much I make because I'm scared that my audience or random strangers are going to say like, why do you make that much? Like kind of what you were saying earlier. So do you think that's part of it?
Yeah, I do think it's a lot of like, people don't understand what goes into it. So they don't understand that it is, I'm making the amount of money that I should be making for the amount that I put into this. There's hidden costs of like my emotional labor too. Yeah. Like I become the brand when I post for the brand. So people are asking me a ton of questions that I have to like become a brand expert on. Like, okay, well, I'm charging for that too because I become customer service for the day. If I post about your product, I have to like know how much it costs to go here, or I have to know how much this product costs. And like, oh, you found that for a different price point on a different site. Okay, now I have to know that because like people are going to be like, where can I get it cheaper? Do I have a discount code? How many times am I going to have to send that out? There's a lot of components that go into it that I don't think people like totally like fully understand. And then like, if they're like, you shouldn't be making that amount of money, I'm like, that's insane. I actually think a lot of people should be making more money from doing this. If anything, people need to be making more or asking for more because that is a part of this that like gets like a little convoluted. There are like new people come and do this job every day, content creation. Yeah. And it changes the landscape of like how much you're getting paid. because people come in and they're young and they don't know what to charge. And they don't look on, like a website to figure it out. And they're just kind of like, oh, I'll take $100. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then a brand will come back and be like, well, they took it for $100. And I'm like, okay, well, that's screwing me over in the long run. It's like, I think we all should be asking for more.
Yeah.
Because like they're spending less on their marketing budget, essentially.
Right. And they have the money.
Totally.
Yeah.
And I mean, some brands don't. Some brands are small and just starting out. And that's fine. But I think people have to figure out, like, as a content creator, you have to figure out what's worth you doing something for free.
Yeah.
I always say that when people start.
I know we're talking about it right now, but do you want to talk about money more, especially with the influencing community?
Yeah.
To help others understand, like,
sometimes it makes me a little queasy. Yeah. I think, like, if people are going to be more transparent, I would like them to be more transparent about how they're making their money. And like I know someone, this influencer I follow, like put up that they make like 160 to 180. Yeah. And I was like, okay, well, I feel like we're kind of comparable. Yeah. So I'd love to know where you're making up that 20K that I'm like losing somehow. Right. So like, where are you making that money? Yeah. Like, is it UGC? Is it affiliate? Like, I would love to know. Yeah. That for me is where I would like the transparency to be for like content creators. Right. Like, I'm not sure we need to tell our followers how much we're making off of them, because I think that's the thing that it comes back to is like, I know like when I first was like influencing was becoming a thing and people were like, use my link, use my link. I'm like, I don't want to use your link because I don't want you to make money. Do you know how much money you make off those links? Yeah. Cents on the dollar. Like Amazon pays you like 50 cents for like everything you sell. Yeah. So we're not making a lot of money on affiliate stuff. That's that girl who's I was talking about who's an Amazon influencer. She hawks them every day because like that's what you have to do to make money to do affiliate sales. Right. Like it's a hard gig. Yeah. And like power to you if you can do that. It's like not something that I could handle. Yeah. It's that's you're working for a brand at that point. You're not working for yourself. Right. No, totally. That's kind of what it sounds like. Yeah. Yeah. And I want to work for myself. I don't want to have to like hawk one product for like the rest of my life. I don't know. Why do you think it's so hard for people to talk about money? I think in general, I think we've been told not to talk about money. Yeah. And I think in the content creator world, there is a bit of like jealousy and competition to it, where people want to gatekeep how much they're making so that they don't like, well, the brands don't want you to know what everyone's making because then you guys could all ask for the same amount and that would ruin their budget. But I think for us, I mean, like I have one friend that I trust that I'll talk to about this stuff. But I'm not like, until I know you really well, I'm not sure I want to have that like conversation with you. There is a little bit of gatekeeping that I do when it comes to brand deals because I don't know. I think like it opens up a weird can of worms. Yeah. With negotiating. Yeah. So I think that's like maybe the hard part. I think it's like when you meet someone you trust and you can be able to have that conversation, I think that that's helpful. I do think a lot of people are sort of like, I want to keep all the money to myself, so I don't want you in on this group thing. Yeah. So like you stay out there. Right. That happened a lot when TikTok came out. And there was sort of like this TikTok versus Instagram thing going on in Chicago where people were kind of like, how are they making money and how are they making money? And then like, who's the real influencers and all of this like weird stuff. But I think it's a lot of competition. I think it's more that like people don't want to say how much they're making because they want to be, well, first off, if they're not making as much money, it's like embarrassing. Yeah. Like why am I not making as much money as her? Yeah. And if you're making a shit ton of money, it's sort of like, well, I was telling you about that one girl. I'm like, okay, but how are you making 20 to 40K more than me? And like, how do I get in on that? Right. It's a little opportunist. Yeah. Yeah. So I think it's hard to like know who to trust in this. It's like a weird game. That makes sense. Yeah. And it seems like the whole industry is centered around no one talking about how much they make. Yeah. You know, like there are a lot of people out there who do. I think you said you saw someone who was like talking. I've seen people break down their months. I've seen that. Yeah. And they'll be like, I made 0 in January. I made 40K in, you know, March or whatever. And I'm like, they're great to know, but it's not super helpful. I think what we need to know is like, how are you making that money? Right. And like from who? Yeah. And like who's paying? There needs to be like, we need to be having like a content creator like meeting.
Yeah.
Where we're all getting together and being like, okay, but how are you making that money? And like, are you seriously making that much money using this program? Like the Target community program. Are you making a lot of money selling through Target? Or like, those are the things we need to know. Those are the tips that we need to be helping each other with. Sort of like, hey, if you like really focus, then you can make money. Now, a lot of people charge for that. Like they'll charge you to like meet with them as like a coach. Got it. And like, how can you make more money? Yeah. So everything's like a money grab. Yeah.
Do you feel like you've made it?
No.
What would making it feel like?
I think the bar always changes, and I think that's the hard thing with social media too, because it's like I've started doing a goal tracker. That's new for me. I just started it this month because I think everything's always changing for me. I'm like always like, I just want to get to 75K. I just want to get to, and that'll make me feel like better. But then once you hit 75K, you're like, okay, but now I want to hit 100K. So yeah, I think it's sort of like, will 1 million make me feel good? No, probably not. Because I think you always want to be doing better. And I don't know if that's bad or good. I mean, I don't know. That's a hard one. I mean, you're always making more money the more followers you have. So I think that's why the goal is always like more and more and more. Because you can ask for more money. But yeah, I think I'll feel like I made it when I hit a certain number for how much I'm making. And that I would really like to be in the 200 range.
I think that makes sense. I think that's like a great goal to have too.
But it's sort of like you can't have that without the followers. And then so it's like a double-edged sword. Sort of like how do we do both? But I think it's more focusing on like growing those things that I wasn't doing before, like TikTok. I'm trying to focus more on that now because I think you can grow a little bit faster over there, doing more random stuff. And then on Instagram, really trying to get the Patreon to be like a thing. Yeah.
Makes sense. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. I love talking to you. I learned so much.
Good. Thank you so much for having me.
I think everyone will just really enjoy hearing your insights. Good. Tell the people where they can find you and if there's anything you want to promote, anything coming up.
You can find me at Instagram /SassyConfetti. And then on TikTok, I'm .SassyConfetti. Because Sassy Confetti was taken, and I'm still bitter about it. You also, I have a Patreon where you can get additional content from me that you can't get anywhere else, and that's patreon.com/SassyConfetti.
Thanks so much.
Thanks for having me.